What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Lean and Mean Academy channel. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you 3 reasons why I personally would never start a lawn care business. Now, if you guys have seen any bit of the channel, you guys know I am a pressure washing centric channel. I've invented products for the pressure washing world. I started in pressure washing in 2017. I was broke as a joke, and the industry definitely changed my life. I'm forever grateful for the opportunity that it provided. But like all good Southern boys, when I was 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, I was mowing lawns. That's what you do in the South. Everybody starts a lawn care business when they hit that age. They get their parents to haul them around when they can't drive. And right when you can drive, you are hooking up a trailer to something and trying to pull around that little zero turn in your trimmer and maybe a little echo blower and blow some stuff off so you can make some money. That's what we were taught. But I want to give you guys 3 reasons today about why I personally would never start a lawn care business. And look, these are just my own personal opinions, okay? I think a lot of guys out there probably would agree with me. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, also let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys what you think about these reasons as to why, I wouldn't, but maybe you wouldn't start a lawn care business, okay? So let's jump into it. There goes my alarm. We're going to crank it up. Here we go. So lawn care is a very volume-centric business, meaning volume over high ticket. You have to have a lot of accounts to make this work. And not just a lot of accounts, but you really need something what's called route density. It's a relatively low margin business, 30%, maybe 40% if you're working by yourself. You can make, pressure washing is 60 to 70%, maybe even 80% margins if you're working by yourself. Once you start adding crews, the margins goes down because you're adding insurance, you're adding truck payments, you're adding maintenance on equipment. You start having all this other, all this moving parts that you're having to pay for and much more liability that you're having to cover yourself from. But you got to have a lot of accounts to make this worth it. And I think a lot of guys get started in lawn care just to replace their current income. They're at a job, they're working 9 to 5, maybe they're making 50, 60,000 a year. They said, man, if I could start this lawn care business on the side, look, I know how you guys think. If I could start this lawn care business on the side, get me some routes, do them on the weekend, maybe let my wife know that I got to work on Saturdays and after church on Sunday, maybe the Lord will forgive me for it, then I could maybe leave my job and just do lawn care. And what you don't really know is that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy into the trap of lawn care. You're going to have to maintain this route and it being seasonal, right? So usually lawn care guys, at least from what I've seen, they usually charge about $100 an hour per man hour. Okay. If I was them and I was working by myself, I would double that. Simply put, because if you're going to be working by yourself, mowing lawns and trimming and stuff, you don't need to be working for $100 an hour. That's not enough money to upkeep all that equipment, change all the oil, change the blades, pay for the truck insurance, pay for all that stuff, all the gasoline, all the mix, all the oil to put in your mix, and all the maintenance on everything, right? It's you need to make more than that. So that's my first tip. In pressure washing, guys start out at probably $200 per man hour, and normally, I've had plenty of guys making $2,000-$3,000 before noon. So it's a relatively low man-hour business, lawn care is. Now, 2 guys, if you think about this as far as man-hours, making $100 an hour, 2 guys on a truck, say that's your crew. The top they could make in an 8-hour day is $1,600 a day. Now, in pressure washing, we have like 1 guys who are making $2,000 to $3,000 in a day, right? And the margins are still significantly higher. So I just think lawn care, they obviously offer a quality service. Guys are doing it. They're looking for route density because some of the lawns they're doing are $50. And that's a problem. They need to be $100. And I realize you would say, well, Aaron, we can't charge $100. Why? Because there's so many people in there who would only charge $30 to do the lawn. I'm lucky to get $50. I get it, man. Look, your biggest strength is your biggest weakness here, right? Your biggest strength is it's easy to get into. It feels like, you already have the mower, you already have the little trailer, you already have a weed trimmer for your house. So you're saying, well, I'll just put this all in the back of my truck and be a mobile, caravan out cleaning stuff. And that's out mowing and trimming. And yeah, you and everybody else. So that's a big issue, right? So the first reason is it's a low margin business. It's very low barrier to entry. A lot of people get started and a lot of people get out of it, right? But you have to have route density to start making any money. And I just personally don't believe with a one truck business, even with one crew, you will not make zip code changing money in lawn care. It's not going to happen. You're going to have a solid group of trucks. And frankly, it's not just going to be lawn care at that point. You're going to have to start doing installations. You're going to have to start doing retaining walls. You're going to have to start doing planting and all kinds of other stuff to make zip code changing money. All right. Okay. Number 2, price elasticity is relatively non-existent. And this is another issue with the whole competition situation, right? Price elasticity usually comes when there is some sort of magic dust, right? For instance, Ferrari costs, how much is an F-250 now? About $100,000 in 2023. It's crazy. Trucks cost that much. That blows my mind. But Ferrari is probably a $400,000 car starting out, and they keep going. Let's just say $400,000. The elasticity there is huge because the car gets you from A to B just like the truck gets you from A to B. They both do the same function, but the prestige, the name, the cool factor all denote that car is worth 4 times more than the F-250 truck. And I know a lot of you guys in the comments would rather have the F-250, but it doesn't matter. The world doesn't agree. Okay, the world agrees that the Ferrari is $400,000 and the truck is $100,000. So that's price elasticity. They do the same function, but one, it costs 4 times more. In lawn care, you don't have that because it's very self-explanatory business. You get on a mower. A lot of the homeowners who you work for already have a mower. They just don't feel like doing the job. So they can do the job. That's a problem. You got to find business models where the customer actually cannot fulfill the deal himself. If he can't fulfill the deal and have a solution himself, he actually cannot do the job, then you start running into massive price elasticity where you can charge whatever you want. Now, pressure washing is not quite like that. It does have a bit of price elasticity because there is a danger factor when it comes to roof cleaning, when it comes to messing with corrosive chemicals, which we use a lot of around nice landscape. A lot of homeowners are not going to get on a ladder to save their life because the most accidents that happen at households year round is ladder falls. Google it. It's crazy. People are not going to get on a ladder. So roof cleaning is huge. Big money, big margin, huge margin, better margin than pressure washing itself. And a homeowner's just not going to do it. So you're kind of able to charge what you want. Whereas in lawn care, you have a lot of people doing the same service, and she's going to be basically judging you, the customer, off of, well, Johnny said he'd do it for $40 and you saying you're going to do it for $70 a cut. Why don't I just let Johnny knock down the Bahia grass in my backyard? So it's mainly just an inconvenience. So there's no price elasticity. You want to jump into a business like HVAC, right? HVAC has great price elasticity because you're not going to allow that air condition to be out longer than a day. So basically that guy can say whatever price he wants to say. You're going to have whoever is available regardless of price come out and fix that AC, especially for some of you who have your wife breathing down your neck and you're all about the happy wife, happy life thing. So that's what price elasticity is. There is no urgency to get the lawn cut. It's kind of just a commoditized service. It's kind of like the toilet paper of service industry, which no shame. Hey, look, no hate to my buddies who are in lawn care. I got a lot of friends in lawn care, but this is just my personal take on it. I don't do anything that doesn't have high margins. That is my thing. If it doesn't have high margins, if it's not high ticket, you guys know me as a high ticket guy on the channel. If it's not that, I'm not interested. Okay. So the third reason is it is still a seasonal job. And look, I know some guys are like, look, I got leaf removal in the fall. I can do lawn care all the way up into the fall. But some of you guys have a winter time. So what y'all are dealing with the winter time and the fall time, you got to invest another $10,500 for the billy goat and the dump trailer so you can go suck up the leaves and mulch them up. You got to find a place to dump those if it's not in your backyard, which a lot of you it probably is. And then In the wintertime, you're going to strap a snowplow to the front of your truck, and you're going to have to go now manifest route density plowing snow. Well, you can make good money plowing snow. There's no question about that. You can. The problem is you've only got a certain window of time. It's a completely different mindset from running a zero turn and having crews run zero turn to plowing snow. And now you got to manifest route density in a whole different industry for the winter. Okay? So yeah, you got the bank this year and you got the Piggly Wiggly for cleaning the snow off. Next year, maybe you have the same clients and 7 other clients, right? You got 12 other clients next year. You got to keep manifesting this route density for when the snow falls. And guess what? When the snow falls, because this is what a lot of you guys do to supplement your income in the wintertime, is snow plowing, which is, hey, you got to do what you got to do. You've got to be on call. Like when we have snowfall here in Nashville, Tennessee, guess who I see riding around at midnight? The snowplow guy. So if it's not a crew and you can't find a crew who's going to wake up at midnight and go clean the Piggly Wiggly parking lot for everybody to have a clean parking lot at 8 a.m. in the morning, then it's going to be you. And that's all trickles back to the margins in the year. See, a lot of pressure washing guys, what they'll do is they will work hard all year through the season, and then they will stack money away. And then in the wintertime, they'll just take off. Or they'll clean like industrial buildings inside, or they'll clean equipment inside of buildings when it's snowing outside or something like that. Or they'll clean inside big tanks, vats, and stuff like that in industrial complexes where they can make the money in the wintertime. Or like a lot of guys I know, they'll make multiple 6 figures by themselves on a truck, stash some of that money away for the wintertime, live a little leaner, but come, February, March, they're starting to crank back up again. So look, I'm not here to completely trash lawn care, but I do believe that it is a crutch that a lot of us Southern boys, how I grew up, we go into it and we say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this business. And look, it is a good business. There's people who do make money at it. Sure. It's just not going to be me and not going to be my son or anyone attached to him. They're not doing that. My son, when he turns 16 or when he turns, frankly, he's 9 right now, I'm going to give him a squeegee tomorrow. And we're going to start learning how to clean windows. Not so he turns into a window cleaner, so he can start learning attention to detail. He can start understanding that there is a beginning and an end to this process and this job. And he can start getting paid a little bit of money to understand. I'm going to push him more the window cleaning route. When he's 14, 15, he can make a little money that way. And then we're going to start understanding how to engineer products like his daddy has done. Okay, so I hope this video is giving you a lot of I don't know if it's information. Maybe it's just a personal opinion. Some of you guys are going to disagree. And again, I would love to hear it in the comments if you do. Why should someone start a lawn care business? I'm not for it. I think it's very oversaturated. I know you can make money. I know you have to have route density to make any money at all. You're never going to make zip code changing money. I've never met a wealthy lawn care service provider. I don't know any companies who have passed like 10 trucks. And can you imagine the lack of margin when you have that many moving pieces and that many things breaking down? And that's why a lot of the guys who you see on YouTube who are really successful are not lawn care guys. It's the guys who are doing installations, the guys who are doing massive retaining walls and they're planting. Those are the guys who are making money as long as they keep their books tight, they keep their crews right. It's not the guys out there knocking down $70 lawns all day long and trimming bushes. And so if you're in lawn care right now, maybe you want to make that shift. Maybe you want to start looking at, landscape design or landscape installations or, retaining walls and stuff of that nature, because otherwise you're going to be riding the lead roller coaster and trying to manifest route density all the time. Okay. And what is the reason that a customer is going to go with you when this is just an inconvenience they don't want to do? Okay, why would they leave their current provider unless you're $10 cheaper? Unless it's a race to the bottom on price. Why would they leave their current provider if they didn't go out of business, right? If the provider went out of business, it makes sense. But if they didn't, you're up against a wall. They're going to keep that person on staff cleaning or, mowing their lawn until that person either leaves town or goes out of business or sells the business to somebody else. So I hope you guys understand. Look, if you want to start a pressure washing business, my buddy Justin Rogers, Mike Vadan, Cody Yarbrough, and myself, we invented the curriculum for how to start a wash business, how to leave your current 9-to-5 job and go start a wash business. Now, look, I have to caveat this. I cannot tell you that you're going to be successful as some of our students. Some of our students have done 7 figures a year who've taken this training. Okay. We have a lot of guys who are making $200,000-$300,000 a year. Frankly, a lot of the pressure washing guys you watch on YouTube took our training. Okay. So get the How to Wash course. If it's something you're interested in, look, just take the course to decide if it's a business you want to start or not, right? That's a good investment. You can look at what's involved. We teach you it's 6.5 hours worth of content, easy bite-sized chunks to where you can digest it. And once you own it forever, and you can go back to the course and rewatch stuff over and over again. And you can even show your guys, if you have a son or you want to hire somebody, they can watch the course as well because you own it, okay? So go grab it. It's the first link in the description, first link in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.